Now, one thing that strikes me, and this is not a specifically Canadian observation, it would apply in Britain as well. A lot of graphic design just isn't terribly graphic anymore. There's a feeling that everything has settled down into kind of fairly neat formulas, if you like, for putting it together type and image. And I rather like it when the designer is prepared to make some kind of statement, to conjure a mood through the graphics themselves.
The New York competitions that I've judged have been very varied in the work that's submitted. So, for example, I think in the packaging area, the Canadian design is much stronger. Maybe it's because you don't need to have quite as many of the, what we call violators on the front of the packs. You know, new, now this much free, new look, same great taste. There was a lot more really good branding that I saw in the packaging. As far as the collateral work, I would say that it's as strong. I mean, I think that, you know, if you're doing just a New York only competition, you know, you're going to have the superstars, you know, the Sagmeisters, number 17, Pentagram, lots and lots of entries, which sort of blow everybody out of the water. So it's a little bit hard to compare an all-Canada competition to a New York only competition, because I think that's probably one of the most competitive areas when you have that many superstars there. But I do think that the entrants that we all voted on, and there were I think at least 10 where we all voted them being included, gave each one 2 marks, those would easily have fared in any New York competition.
I think there's still a very strong, you know, flavor of Canadian design, and it's a style thing. It's you know, it's hard to pin down. It's very upbeat. You know, it's very happy. It's not that it's so foreign that it wouldn't come out of another city, but you know, we were joking around today that there's a penchant for really bright colors, and I think that just might be, you know, you see it around the city. You see it in signage. You see it in a lot of the sort of environmental vernacular of Vancouver.
A couple of graphic devices that I saw that were used a number of times: maple leaves, beavers. You would not likely see those in a New York competition unless somebody had submitted work that they had done for Canada.
I don't know if I could put my finger on a real thread that ties it all together. I know we discussed in the panel discussion last night that perhaps Canadians being maybe a little more reserved, a little more tentative, a little more reverent perhaps, maybe that's reflected in the graphic design, that it's not more cutting edge, or that it's not more experimental, that it's not more ambitious and risk-taking. I guess the only way to really compare would be to see a similar competition in the States or in England or in other countries, and see if it's more, if it's bolder, if it's more engaging and more breathtaking. I don't know. It's again, you'd have to really see another competition.
Well, you know, in the course of the day, my view of this has evolved and changed. The first batch of work we saw, I guess about the first 4 rooms worth, I thought, yeah, this work really does conform to what we were hearing about the panel discussion on the previous evening, that this work does seem quite quiet and restrained and gentle, a little bit polite, you know, not prepared to make too much of a noise. And I felt a sense of disappointment then. I thought, oh, this is conforming too much to expectation, not my expectation, but what other people had said. But in the course of the day, actually, the picture grew more complicated. I'm now left, and maybe I think this is a good thing, with no very definite sense that Canadian design is just one thing and that that's an entirely predictable kind of look or anything. I saw a wide range of approaches, styles, different frames of reference, different kind of visual moods. So I think this is good. That's actually what you'd expect in any kind of lively, vibrant design culture. You wouldn't expect just one approach repeated endlessly.